Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. I also want to take a minute to say hi to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I was so surprised by the shout out from Brenda, and thank you to everyone who came over from her channel, and thanks to everyone who just found me. Brenda Mount Scrapmore, Conquering Mount Scrapmore. So if you're not familiar with her, please go check her out. But she gave me a shout out, I think, last week, and I've had several new subscribers since then. So thanks, everyone. We are really in the thick of the holiday season. It's been a whirlwind. I thought I would get to film last weekend, and I just haven't had a chance. For our family, we have 3 birthdays and 2 holidays between now and January 1st. So it is absolutely insane around here. I have been running around trying to get birthday gifts and Christmas presents and all the things, and it's just a lot. But in the midst of it all, I have been turning to sewing and cross stitch, primarily sewing and cross stitch, as ways to relax and just take a minute to be peaceful and calm in the midst of the holidays. So, anyway, I am here to share what I've been working on in the last month. I have some sewing, I have a little bit of knitting. It's mainly knitting haul, it's not really new knitting projects. And I have a lot of cross stitch. So, as usual, and if you're new, just so you know, I try to link everything I mentioned in the description box below. So, please take a look down there. If you're interested in anything, there should be a link. And if there's not, please let me know. And I always try to put chapters. So, if one of these hobbies isn't your thing, if you're not into cross stitch, you're not into sewing, look below. I always put chapters in the description box. So, if you want to skip ahead to the cross stitch or jump to my knitting haul, just look below. All right, so let's get started. So it's Christmas season. I made an advent calendar 2 months ago, and I fully finished it. So I wanted to show it to you before I show everything else, because this is really done. So here it is. I hope you guys can see that. I put little tags in the pockets. So let me just share. This is a Quilt 101 pattern. I will link it below. I made it using Rifle Paper Company. I can't remember the name of the collection. I'll try to put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen for y'all. And I also used my Cricut to cut little number tags. Let me see if I can get this closer to the little number tags. I used mini clothespins to hang them onto the pockets. And I also used my Cricut to cut these little craft paper gift tags that I'm using in the pockets. And then I'm putting Christmas activities onto my gift tags. So, newsflash, I have not had a chance to use this advent calendar since I made it. Mostly because I forgot that I needed a wooden dowel. I put a little dowel pocket back here, and I totally forgot to buy a dowel. So it's been, hanging out down here in my sewing space, waiting for me to put it on the wall. But in the meantime, I took out the little tags all the way up till today, and then hopefully later this season, or the last 12 days before Christmas, or maybe next Christmas, y'all, I'll have it fully put together with the dowel, and it'll be on the wall and all the good things. So this is my finished advent calendar with tags and numbers and all. I just love it. It was so much fun. I think I shared in an earlier video, I've always wanted to make an advent calendar, so I finally did. All right. I fell down the project bag rabbit hole. Totally fell down the rabbit hole. I made 2 project bags from my Jane Austen project bag panel that I showed last time. I made 2 more, And then I made 2 more that are not from the panel, just for fun. So I'm going to show you all my project bags. Please bear with me. I fell down a hole. So the first bag I'm going to show is this little bag. This is from the panel. Again, this is it was like a Jane Austen at Home project bag panel. I will link it below. I'm probably butchering the name of the panel. Look for the link below. It's out of stock at Fat Quarter Shop. You may be able to find it at Etsy. So I'll put a link for like an Etsy search below. I used a zipper from my local fabric shop, Needles and Bolts, over here in Philly, and I lined it. This is a Denise Schmidt print, actually. And so this is my bag. This is a small bag. I've been putting threads in these small bags and projects in the big one. So I'll show you the big one I made. This is the small one. Oh, and the back roses. Sorry guys, I hope this is centered. I hope you can see all this. So I made a big project bag from the same panel. This one has a quote from Pride and Prejudice on it. I hope that you can see it. Last time, the very top of my video and the very bottom of my video got cut off, so I'm trying to center this for everybody. And then here's the back. It's this beautiful blue print. So my zipper, this blue zipper, really pulls out the blues in this brown fabric. It's lovely. And then the blue in the back. These are the Lori Holt Happy Zipper 2 zippers. This one, just this one. The other one isn't. The other one's just your standard zipper. This is from the Lori Holt Happy Zipper 2 collection, and it perfectly matches these fabrics. I lined this in a blue Lori Holt bee background print. I forget what it's called. I just had it in my stash, and I was trying to keep with the blue theme in this bag, or the, aqua blue-ish theme. So here's the second project bag I made. So much fun. And like I said, I fell down the rabbit hole. I discovered these bags were quick, easy, fun. I have a ton of cross-stitch projects, so I kept on going. I showed you earlier that I had a mini charm pack of this collection from Sherry and Chelsea of Moda. It's called Sincerely Yours. Wait, I might not have showed you my mini charm pack. Well, I had one. And I bought this fabric back here from a fabric shop in Alexandria when I was there over the summer. And I finally made my bag. So this is using a tutorial from Fat Quarter Shop. I will link it below. I just sewed my mini charm squares together, quilted them with some soft and stable. Same for the back, quilted soft and stable. I'll lined this with another Sincerely Yours print from Sherry and Chelsea. Once again, this fabric is pretty much no longer available, so really sorry guys, but you might be able to find it if you're in like a random local fabric shop. Sometimes they have things that you can't find anywhere else, which is the beauty of local fabric shops. So you can check there, you can check Etsy. Sometimes you can find out of print stuff on Etsy too. But yes, and then this actually is not from the Sherry and Chelsea's line. This is a really old Vanessa Gertzen print of Lala Boutique. This is from one of her first lines, Gooseberry. I don't know if it was her first line. It may have been her second, but it's really old. But it matched the pinks. So, and I needed a longer strip of fabric then, so I just used that. And it worked out. So here you go. Oh, and I hand stitched the binding to the back because I love the clean finish. So that's project bag number 3, y'all. And I kept going. This is kind of funny. So I made another Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch project bag tutorial. Oh, I forgot to mention that I used her project bag tutorial to make the Jane Austen bags, and I will link her tutorial below. But I used another one of her tutorials to make this bag. This is her vinyl project bag, vinyl zippy project bag. I'll link it, no worries. That's what I used to make this, and I love it. I love how it turned out. I used the Sincerely Yours prints that I bought at that store in Alexandria for the back And for the front, I use By Annie's vinyl and a By Annie's zipper. And I also used, nope, that's all I used. So this is a really, it doesn't take a lot of supplies to make this bag. And it was pretty quick to whip up. I really like how it turned out. I was started to have some minor issues with my sewing machine halfway through the binding, but yeah, turned out great. I love it. So that's all. After making 4 bags, I think I was all project bagged out. So that's where I stopped. But yeah, I totally fell down that rabbit hole. It was fun. It was fun. You know, for a few weeks I sewed bags. I loved it. And then I decided, you know what? It's the Christmas season. Let me start a Christmas project. So I did. I dug into my quilt kit stash. Is that a thing? I have a bin of fabric for quilt patterns and a bin of fabric that's kitted up for quilts, and I went in there and I had 2 Christmas projects. So I chose, it might be the oldest one in there. This is the Breakfast with Santa quilt pattern. It was a Jolly Bar kit. Here's what it looks like. This is what the quilt top will look like when it's done. As you can see here, it's 60 by 60, 56 and a half, 50 by 56 and a half. You know, it's on the small throw size end of things, but if I have extra fabric, I could make a hanging sleeve and make a largish wall hanging. Most likely this is going to go on my couch in the living room during the holidays, but I sewed together all of my half square triangles. Let me see that 3 times fast. I sewed together all of my half square triangles, and I've sewed together 1 block. These blocks are huge. I'm going to try to hold this up, but this is a very large block. So I apologize if you can't see all of this at once. And I love how it turned out. I love these colors. I love gray. I love the particular shades of red and green that are in this quilt. I loved this fabric collection when it came out, so I'm super excited to be sewing with this. This is the Christmas Morning collection from Lella Boutique, and the Christmas Morning collection came out, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. And when I bought this quilt kit, I actually didn't buy the fabric for the back, but she came out with the Christmas Eve collection that released, I think, this past spring. And so when it came out, I hopped on there really fast and I bought the fabric I needed for the back of this quilt, and it matches this collection perfectly. So I'm thrilled that I was able to get fabric for the back of my quilt that will match, and no one will even know that it wasn't the same collection. I mean, people don't look that closely when they're snuggling under quilts watching TV, let's be honest. So I have 4 more blocks to sew. It came together so fast that at the end of November, I thought that I might have this whole quilt done by the end of December. Who am I kidding? I already mentioned 3 birthdays, Christmas. There is no way I'm finishing this quilt. If I get anything else sewn on it before the end of December, it will be a miracle. So we're just gonna, next time you see this might be not January's video, but February's video, if I'm still in the mood to sew Christmas. Oh, that was the other thing. So initially when I started it, I was like, why would I start this if I know I can't finish it? But then I think it was Jenny from Missouri Star. I was watching one of their videos and they mentioned, you know, why don't you just start a Christmas project? Because if you don't finish it for this year, you might be able to finish it in time for next Christmas. And I thought, you know what, that is so true. I should just start it, because if I can't use it this year, I will definitely use it next year. So that's what I did. That was my inspiration for starting this Christmas project, even though I might not finish it. And I'm so glad I did, because it's really fun to sew with Christmas fabrics during the Christmas season. It's really nice. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding it super relaxing. So that's my Christmas quilt. And I forgot, while I was on my project bag kick, I decided to start a project bag using my Lori Holt fabric scraps, and I decided to English paper piece a, what is this called? Dresden? Medium chubby Dresden. I use Sue Daly's paper pieces. I think I bought these 10 years ago. And this is her medium chubby Dresden, and it includes circles for the middle. And I used my Lori Holt fabric scraps. And this is how far I am. You can see my needles in there. I'm not done. And this was originally going to be a project bag. So I was going to put like a patchwork border on either side and a zipper. But I love this so much, I might just make this into a quilt and use more of my scraps because I have too many scraps. And I love English paper piecing. I love foundation paper piecing. So I'm totally going to do Brenda of Conquering Mount Scrapmore's free foundation paper snowflake quilt. I think that's what she's doing now. Anyway, it looks like fun and I love paper piecing, but this is so pretty. I would love a quilt of all these flowers. What do you guys think? Should I make this into a quilt? Should I make this into a project bag? Should I do both? Let me know. But this was so much fun and it was really fast. Like, don't be intimidated. If you haven't tried English paper piecing, don't be intimidated. It doesn't take as long as you think it does. I glue basted, so, there's that. And I think it turned out pretty nice. So, yeah, that was a new project I started. And of course, I'm keeping up with all of my old block of the months. So this is the 2022 Fat Quarter Shop Designer Mystery Block of the Month using Nantucket Summer by Camille Ross Kelly. This fabric is no longer available, but she has a new line coming out next year called Shoreline. And you can buy these patterns from Fat Quarter Shop. So if you love these blocks, this year might be your chance to make a quilt that looks almost just like it. So this is my block. I forget what month block this was. There are 12 blocks. You get a block every month. I'm making mine this year. I didn't cut into them last year for many reasons. And here is the 2023 Designer Mystery Block of the Month. This is using Shoreline. Sorry, guys. Is it in focus? I should hold it up longer, shouldn't I? This is using Shoreline, which is another collection. Did I say Shoreline? This is using Nantucket Summer. Shoreline hasn't come out yet. This is using Nantucket Summer by Camille Ross Kelly, and I love, 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 love these pinks, these blues. I love everything about this fabric. This block was really a little complicated. Don't look too close, but I had a lot of fun with it. It turned out well. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So, and I've been enjoying that block of the month. So, I don't know what Fat Quarter Shop's Designer Mystery Block of the Month will be like next year. I think they're changing up the style a little bit, but it's fun. You get a little packet of fabric in the mail every month. You sew your block, and at the end you have a quilt. So, totally recommend it if it's in your budget. It's not too expensive. All right, so the last quilt I worked on this month is the quilt from this issue I think 168. I forgot to say the issue number last time. 169, issue 169 of American Patchwork and Quilting, 9 Patch Square Dance. You can still get the pattern from Sherry McConnell of A Quilting Life on her Etsy shop. I will link it below. Last time I showed all my blue blocks. This time I'm going to show you my yellow blocks. There aren't as many. Here are my yellow blocks. Let me just hold them up one by one, just like last time. Here's one. And you know what? I love yellow. It's a lot of fun. It's, traditional fall. It contrasts really nicely with blue. I think this quilt is going to look so cute when I'm done. And I just grab this stuff out of my project bins when it's time to show it to you. So, it's not ironed or anything. Yeah, I love it. I think it's going to look so nice. So there's blues. I'm using Cider by Basic Gray for the top of the quilt. And there are blues, there are yellows, there are some oranges in there. It's beautiful. So I can't wait to show you the rest of my blocks. With my scraps, I am making a pillow using the 4-inch log cabin blocks, log cabin foundation paper from Fat Quarter Shop. And I can't remember if I showed these to you last time. So I apologize if this is a repeat from my last video, but I have 4 of these now. So here's 1 and 2. I love the blues. But you can see some of the oranges actually in that block. 3 and 4. And these, like I said, they're really fun. And they're really easy. I think there's something really comforting about foundation paper piecing because you just sew on the line. It's really fast, really simple, and you don't have to think too much. It's perfect for this time of year when I'm busy and tired. So I've been doing a lot of that, the paper piecing. All right, so that's everything I sewed this month. I do have a tiny bit of fabric acquisitions. In a recent Sew Sampler box, they gave us 3 charm packs of Camille Ross Kelly's latest collection, Lighthearted. And I want to make a quilt from it. So I bought fabric for the back and the binding. So these are the 2 fabrics I picked out. I hope you can see them. So, so pretty. I just love the pinks and the reds in this collection in particular. I love aqua too, but this collection is gorgeous. So I can't wait to start that quilt. Realistically, it's going to be at least a year before I can start it. But as you know, fabric, it's a one and done thing. So if you don't buy it when it's out, it's much harder to find matching fabric later. So I went ahead and I bought my backing and my binding, and I'm looking forward to showing you that quilt when I get started and when I pick a pattern. I haven't picked one yet. I'll let you know when I get started. All right, so that is everything I sewed this month. I will be right back with a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of knitting and then a ton of cross stitch. I'm back with my knitting, and as promised, this will be short. So I have 2 things, a quick update, and then I wanted to show you the yarn I bought from Kelburn Woolens when I visited them here in Monterey in maybe a month ago. So first things first, I have been working on, if you watched any of my other videos, you know, I've been working on these knit collage mittens. It's a pattern by Susan Anderson from Barrett Wool Co. And it uses Knit Collage's daisy chain yarn, and this is the gorgeous yarn I picked out. I love it. I made one mitten, but I also made a huge mistake. Held my yarn too tightly, and my mitten, as beautiful as it is too small. It's too small to comfortably fit my hand. I mean, I can get my hand in it, and you know, I could wear it, see? But it's a little too small. So, here's what I've decided. I'm going to buy another skein of this yarn, and I'm going to not hold my yarn so tightly and knit myself a mitten from the remainder of the ball that I already have, and assuming the colors are close, I might have to just order 2 balls just to make sure, you know, that I have something that matches, because if the color is a little off from this, it won't look like a matching pair. So anyway, I'll buy 1 or 2 skeins of this yarn and knit myself 2 more mittens, not holding in the yarn so tightly. So that's what I decided to do. You won't see this again until I order the yarn and get started. In the meantime, I visited Kelburn Woolens. They gave me this awesome tote for my purchase. I think I only bought like three different skeins of yarn, and they gave me a tote, which is so cool. So I bought Germantown Bulky in this gorgeous shade of blue, and I had picked out this hat, I think, yep, the Ardley hat from their Year of Bulky Hats patterns. I'm super excited. So I'll be making this hat with this yarn. Oh, you can't really see. There you go, with the white behind it, I think. The color comes through. There we go, with the white behind it. You can see the color a little bit better. And I also bought the Germantown worsted weight in a lovely bluish gray. This is what it looks like. Let me just grab some paper so you can see that more clearly. And I picked out the October hat pattern. This was a free was it free? I think it was free on Ravelry. I'll link it below. I got both of these patterns off Ravelry. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to start these hats. It's going to be a while. I initially thought that I was going to be able to gift them to some people, which I will not name here because they might be watching my video, but I won't. They won't be done. They're not going to be done in time for Christmas. They won't even be started. And I have learned that wrapping up a ball of yarn in a pattern and giving it to someone is not a good idea for me, because the last time I did that, it took me 7 years to finish the project. So I will not be doing that anymore. I will make it and then gift it. And if it takes me 7 years to gift it, well, it's going to take me 7 years. But anyway, so those are my hats, patterns, and yarn that I picked out. I can't wait to start. And that's all I have to share in knitting, folks. So I will be right back with a ton of cross stitch. See you in a minute. I'm back with lots of cross stitch. So it's Christmas, it's the holidays, and I really find cross stitch to be super relaxing, comforting even, peaceful. It's wonderful, especially at this time of year when I have so much on my plate. So I have been cross stitching like crazy. I've started some new projects, which I can't wait to show you. I've been continuing with some of my whips that I've had going on for the last few months. And I'm even doing a little bit of like Christmas fun stitching, which I can't wait to show you either. So let me just jump in without talking too much, because I've got a lot here, and if I talk, this is going to be really long. So let's see. I'm not even sure where to start. I'll just grab project bags. How about that? So I went on a Brenda Gervais of With Thy Needle and Thread kick. I have been working on this pattern, Rejoice Evermore, for a while now. Oh, sorry for the glare. There we go. I've been working on this. This is one of my 4 for 40. I picked 4 new charts this summer to celebrate turning 40, and this was one of the first ones that I fully kitted up and started. So this is being stitched on Needle Bling Heirloom, which I purchased at In Stitches. Oh my gosh. I'm showing it backwards. Okay, let's try this again. This is how far I've gotten. So what I did is I completed my top border here. I love these colors. And then I started the side, and as I was going down, I thought, I should probably keep going just to make sure that this scrolly border matches up when I get back here. So that's what I'm doing. I am going all the way around with my border. And when I get back here, I'll fill in the strawberries, and then I'll, work on the rest of the pattern. So that's how far I've gotten. I love it. I love this fabric. I love this pattern. Let me just do a quick floss toss for you so you can see. I'm using all the called for. Here's all the called for threads on my fabric. I love it. It's so beautiful. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh, I love it. The reds, the aquas, that pop of purple. It's fantastic. I love this. I also love the way she produced the pattern. It's full color, big printed booklet. It's really easy to see. It's been a lot of fun, and I loved it so much that I decided to go ahead and kit up every opening flower. I have seen so many people stitching this, and I love it. So I've ordered some fabric. I bought all the threads. So here are the threads. These are all the called for cotton overdyes. I will be using all the called for. I don't know what fabric I'm going to put it on yet. I ordered some from, I can't remember. I'll put the Etsy shop name down here. But it's an Australian based um, she dyes her own fabric. I've seen her fabric in other people's floss tubes. It looks gorgeous. I can't wait. So that's what I ordered. Some when I get it, I'll kind of look and see what if it matches the fabric well, or the floss well, and that I might have a new start next time I record a video. But yes, love it. Every opening flower, I can't wait. So I'm trying to like not do the Christmas stitching first, and I'll show that to you last. I have also been working on Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. This was comfort stitching for me for basically the entire summer and fall. I'm doing it on 25 count. I will put the fabric name down here because I can't remember. This is 25 count even weave, and this is, I am not, there we go. Now it's right side up. Let me move this floss out of your way too. This is as far as I've gotten. If I had continued at the same pace that I was going all summer, I'd probably be done by now. And this is still comfort stitching for me, but I started a new project, which I will show you in a minute. It's Christmas related, which has also been comfort stitching. And so now I have more than one project that is really comfort stitching. And so I haven't been working on this one as much. I think also because the other one's Christmas and it's Christmas time. Anyway, but I love this. I love the colors. I changed my fabric, but I'm using all of the called for colors except for my yellow, which I will put on the screen. I changed the yellow that was called for to a slightly brighter shade, just because it matches my house and my fabric a little bit better. Other than that, I've been using all the called for. All right, so I think that's everything non-Christmas related. Let me just check here. Nope, I've got one more for you. All right, let's see. Did I show you that I fully finished ABC? I don't think I showed you. All right, so I was working on ABC by Primrose Cottage Stitchers. I've been working on this for a while and I finished it. It's not fully finished, but it's finished. I don't think I showed this to you. Here it is, completely finished. This is 14 count pale gray gingham by Fabric Flair using all of the called for DMCs. This was a lot of fun and I liked it so much that I decided to make a coordinating pattern also by Primrose Cottage Stitches called I'd Rather Be Stitching. And I love linen and even weave, so I decided to do this on 28 count even weave. The same pattern, same print, pale gray gingham by Fabric Flair, and this is as far as I've gotten. I would, and you can see the little bee there in the hive. I love it. This has been so much fun. It's fast, it's simple, but it's beautiful, and I love the bee motifs. My husband comes from a long line of beekeepers, and I'm really finding the bee patterns to be fun, and also it's part of our family's heritage. So I'm super excited about that. I'm using all of the called for threads, and I think that's all I have to say about it. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's something I forgot to mention, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. As I said, all the called for threads. I'm using Fabric Flair for that, and it's been great. All right, so one of the 4 for 40 patterns I chose over the summer was this Blackbird Designs chart, The Winter is Past. And I really wanted to lighten it and brighten it. And it's been a long saga of me picking flosses that I like and then changing them and then picking some more and then changing them. So recently I visited a shop here in Philly called Rittenhouse Needleworks, Rittenhouse Needlepoint. I'll link them below. And I brought my fabric, which I decided to do this on 32 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit, which I love. So as you can see, it's a little bit brighter than the picture, a little bit lighter. I don't know how well that's coming through. I thought I was going to do DMC, and then when I was at the store, I decided to do a Cosmo conversion. So this is my Cosmo conversion. If I'm not going to give the color numbers yet because I want to start stitching and make sure I'm not going to change them. But here are the colors that I have so far. I'm just going to hold them up here so you can see. I've got a gray, some blues, a pink in there. The pink's hiding. It's right here. Some gold, some greens. I think this is going to be so beautiful. I love Cosmo thread. I have stitched with it before. It's so nice. It's smooth, it's silky even, and it has a little bit more of a sheen to it than some of the other cotton flosses I've stitched with. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get started. I'm a little nervous that I'm going to keep changing my colors as they go along, but I'm going to try these and just see how it goes. So I'll let you know, when next time I have a video, I'll probably have started this and I'll have some thoughts. But for now, this is going to be with Cosmo thread using these shades that I've picked, and I can't wait to see how it looks on this fabric. So that's The Winter is Past. That's where I am with it, and I will be starting that this month. I have another new 4 for 40 start, which I put in the project bag I made from my last video. This is Teresa Kogut's Remember Me. Here we go. I love this pattern, and I will be changing out the words in the middle. It's probably going to be a Bible verse, but I finally put my first few stitches into my fabric. So let me grab that and make sure I'm showing you the front of my piece. This is as far as I've gotten. Can you see that? I can't see what you're seeing, so I'm just hoping that I have this in the right spot. This is also Needle Bling Heirloom. I believe this is, 32 count. So this is 32 count Needle Bling Heirloom, which was also purchased from In Stitches. And 32 count is really nice. I can see it without needing any kind of like glasses or anything, and it's kind of a fun fabric for me to stitch on. So I'm enjoying this. I'm using all of the called for threads. The only thing I changed was my fabric. And, it's a tiny start, but it's a start. And I'm looking forward to doing more. So that's where I am with that. And my last new start before I jump into Christmas, which also has new starts, but we'll get there when we get there. My last new start for fall is, it's upside down, Jan Hicks Creates Season of the Harvest. And I am using all of the called for. This was charted in MPI, and I love silk. So I am using all of the called for MPIs, and I am decided to stitch on 40 count Silver Moon by Zweigart. So if you remember, I'm also stitching Hello from Liz Matthews Poppy pattern, and that was my first foray into MPI, and I'm stitching that on 36 count. And I haven't made any progress on it, which is why you don't see it here. But when I was using the 36 count, I thought maybe the coverage could be just a little bit better, and I thought maybe I should try 40. So here is my MPI. Sorry for the serger threads here, guys. I serged the edge of my fabric. This is what the coverage of the MPIs on the 40 count looks like, and I love it. And you know what? it's really not that hard to see the 40 count. Like I thought it was going to be this, super hard fabric to see, and I was a little nervous to be honest. And it's been fine. It hasn't really been any more difficult than 36 count. So, yay. I'm excited because I love the coverage and I love this color. And oh, let me show you all the called for colors in case you're not familiar with the pattern. So here, these are the colors that are called for. So there's a maroon, pink, some greens, a yellow. It's very fall. I love it. It's very, very fall. And you know me, I love pink. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this looks with more colors in my fabric. But I love the coverage. It's, like I said, it's not hard to stitch. So that's been really, really fun. All right, so now we can get into Christmas stitching. So I'm super excited. I started a new pattern and I've been doing some fun Christmas stitching, and I don't really know which to show you first. I think I'm going to go with the new pattern and then we'll do the just for fun. I don't even know what to call it. All right, so the new pattern I started is Oh Christmas Tree. Oh gosh, look at that glare. Oh Christmas Tree by All Through the Night. This is so cool. Look at all those motifs in the tree. This was charted to use just one color of floss, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to try overdyed silk. So when I was at the shop in, well, it's no longer on Rittenhouse, but it used to be on Rittenhouse. It's over by the Philadelphia Convention Center. If you're in Philly or you're visiting and you want to visit them, I'll put their address below. So when I was there, I picked out some overdyed silk. I am using Classic Colorworks Belle Soie in the color Enchanted Forest. And I bought 2 skeins of this. I don't know what you call each of these cards, but I bought 2 of these. And I am using Antique White 32 count Zweigart. This is what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that variegation. And I love how it really makes the tree almost come to life, because, in a real tree, you have the pine needles are turning different ways and you might have different shades of green throughout the tree. I love it. I love it. And I'm enjoying stitching this so much that I thought maybe I should make this in like a overdyed pink, because I love pink, and a pink Christmas tree would be so much fun. So, and I don't think I would mind stitching this twice. So there might be a pink Christmas tree coming in the future at some point, but for now, I'm going to be stitching with this green. This has been my Christmas comfort stitching, the thing that I do at night, when the kids are down and the house is quiet and I just want to relax. This is what I've been doing. It's so fun. I love it, and we'll see how far I get. If I finish it before the holiday, I might be able to find a frame for it, and if not, I'll just keep going and maybe it'll be done next year. All right, the other Christmas project I have going on is a whip that I've shown you before. This is Doodles Winter by Heart and Hand. And I am using all of the called for floss on a 32 count linen from Hobby Lobby, which they no longer sell. But this was a Zweigart linen from Hobby Lobby, and here is my progress. So I'm getting close. I'm getting really, really close. There are a few like straight stitches, and I think just straight stitches, maybe some back stitches. Don't quote me on that. But I'm using all the called for overdyes, and I love it. So this has been a lot of fun. This has also been something that I've been working on sporadically through the Christmas season, and it's been great. All right, so the fun thing that I mentioned. So I visited a local shop that I've never been to before called Home Zone, and I picked up this package of gift tags that you can cross stitch on. Look, this is what they look like. How cool is that? Can you see that? And it comes with, of course, you can see behind this, it comes with patterns for numbers and then a few like motifs down here. Like there's a mushroom, a flower, a present, a Christmas tree, etc. But I thought, wouldn't this be fun to stitch on and make tags for gifts for my kids? Every year we give them a Christmas ornament, and I thought it'd be really fun to put their initial on the tag for their ornament this year. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using DMC color 321, which is this nice bright red, and I've got 2 tags done. So I haven't cut my threads in the back, so that's what you saw me kind of moving. So I have an H and a C so far, and I have 4 girls, so I have 2 more letters to go. And then I'll probably make one for my husband too, so he's not left out. This has been really fun. I'm using 6 strands, because these holes are, these are pretty big X's, and I wanted it to be, really bright and good coverage. So I'm using 6 strands on these. It's really, really fun. I can't wait. So that's like a little fun project that I started. Really simple, really easy. Oh, the alphabet for these letters is the free I'm Just Saying alphabet from Lori Holt. You can get it on Fat Quarter Shop's website. I'll link it below. It's, like I said, it's been really fun, and it fits really, really well on these. And if I can find these, this I think is from like Denmark, but if I can find another source for these, I will link it below. I may not be able to find them. I will try to find it for you. This was fun. The Lori Holt alphabet fits perfectly. I can't wait to see my kids' faces when they see their little presents with their initials on them. So fun. And I think that's it. I think that might be it. I made a present for a friend of mine. I may send this to her over the holidays with a little something inside. It's just lined in white fabric. I wanted to show that to you really quickly because I've never showed it here. That was a free pattern from Plum Street Samplers, I think. I have it right here. Yes, complimentary chart from Plum Street Samplers. It's called I Miss You. I think I downloaded it off of their website, so I would check there if you're interested. I have a couple of other free patterns that I would like to start, also from Plum Street Samplers. I don't want to show the chart too long. There's a Oh Holy Night pattern, and Forever Friends. I think you can get this one. Oh, that's from Annie B's Folk Art. So free chart from Annie B's. And this is a free chart from Heart and Hand, Do What You Love Stitch. This is from Fat Quarter Shop's website. So I've just been downloading some free charts because I'm thinking of doing the 12 by 12. Kia B does this 12 by 12 New Year's Eve event where for 12 hours you do 12 new starts. And this year she's been encouraging people to use what they have to do cross stitches from magazines or free charts. And I have so many free charts that I really want to stitch that I've been collecting them. I think I might as well use them. So that is what I'm thinking of for New Year's Eve. And last but not least, I also bought one of the Shepherd's Bush project bag patterns. This is the Joy pattern by Shepherd's Bush, and it's meant to be stitched on this Mad for Plaid project bag from Fat Quarter Shop. And this will be most likely a gift, but it looks like fun, it looks simple, and it looks very practical. The bag is really large. You can use it for a whole host of things. So I thought I'd try it. So I'll let you know. Hopefully I'll be able to show it before I send it off. At this point, it's going to be like a birthday gift because let's be real, Christmas is 2 weeks away. I don't have time to finish that and then fill it and then zip it off. So yep, that's going to be birthday. But I'm excited to start it. There's a tutorial on Fat Quarter Shop's YouTube channel on how to stitch that. Shepherd Bush the ladies there showed how they do it. So I'll link that below too, in case you want to check that out. And really, really last thing, I have so many whips now that I have been having a hard time keeping track of what I'm stitching. So I bought myself a 12-month planner from Home Goods to keep track of. It just has, like the months like this. And I'm just going to use this to keep track of what I'm stitching because it's so much now that when I was looking at all my bags, I hope I didn't leave anything out. And I don't want that to happen. I want to just be able to look at this calendar and know what I've stitched and show it to you all. So next time I'll be even better organized. But anyway, that's it. If you made it to the end of this video, wow, thank you. I hope it was fun. I hope you enjoyed all the projects. I want to wish everyone a wonderful, peaceful holiday season. And whatever you're celebrating, wherever you are, and I hope to see you in the new year. All right, everyone, take care. Bye bye.